Nobody wants to be in a crucifix getting punched in the head like that. It's got to be the most frustrating, suck the heart and soul right out of you type thing to happen. And just getting dominated on the ground the way that he did is no fun for anybody.
I don't care what people think about doing my thing. So, like you said, how many strikes I landed on him, how many takedowns I has there. So I didn't guess out. So now they know.
He's a monster! That's how Joe Rogan reacted after watching Khamzat Chimaev absolutely tear through Dricus du Plessis at UFC 319.
Because that kind of dominance, that kind of grappling dominance was not just a level, it was multiple levels. And it just didn't seem like he had any answer for that. I don't know who he brought in to train with him, but clearly he didn't bring in anybody that had that kind of skill.
Rogan didn't hold back in describing what he saw inside the octagon. For him, this wasn't just another fight, it was a terrifying showcase of what happens when an unstoppable force meets someone who thought they were ready but quickly realized they weren't.
For Dricus to come back from that and bridge the gap between him and Khamzat, that is a tall task.
Yeah.
It's a tall task. Because that kind of dominance, that kind of grappling dominance was not just a level, it was multiple levels. And it just didn't seem like he had any answer for that. I don't know who he brought in to train with him, but clearly he didn't bring in anybody that had that kind of skill.
The main event of UFC 319 was billed as a clash of styles, with Chimaev's relentless grappling against du Plessis' awkward but effective striking. Many believe du Plessis, the defending middleweight champion, had the size, power, and awkward rhythm to pose problems. But from the moment the fight began, Chimaev made it clear this wasn't going to be a close contest. He came forward instantly, shooting for takedowns, and once the fight hit the mat, du Plessis had no answers.
It's horrible. You want to create space. You want to just get a couple shots off to try to change the rhythm of the fight, but you can't. The guy's stuck to you. He's on you. He's on you. And when you fight a guy like Khabib or like Khamzat, you don't get that in training. You don't feel that until it's live when that bell rings.
I still believe that Chimaev's stand-up is a lot better than he gets credit for, and we saw him on the bottom, and we saw him a little bit of everywhere. But this was the dominant position. It's what his first game plan was, and he was able to stick to it.
The fans, DP, got a little restless, but Chimaev held him in positions that we don't see UFC fighters put opponents in very often. Crucifix position on the ground like that. He held him there for minutes at a time.
And listen, no matter what the fans are yelling and saying, this guy left this arena tonight with a world championship.
The control was suffocating. For round after round, Chimaev pinned the South African champion to the ground, chaining together takedowns, landing heavy ground and pound, and constantly threatening submissions. The champion was never able to find the space he needed to throw his powerful shots. Instead, he was left trapped, gasping for breath, and trying to survive. By the end of the fight, the scoreboards painted a brutal picture. Every round went to Chimaev. It was a complete shutout, something rarely seen in a title fight at this level.
Dricus up again. No, Chimaev keeps the body lock and holds on and hugs as close as possible. He's gonna knee the back. Ow! Those knees, those many knees. They're blaming Dricus' coaches. There you go, Dricus! Beat the fuck out of this little bitch! Now put some fucking damage on him! Dricus reverses to top position. Show him what a real warrior does on top, Dricus. Let's go! Khamzat holding on with his hands behind. He's sitting up in here. Dricus pulls the guillotine. Oh, he's Hail Mary and shit. Fucking hell, Dricus. Khamzat turns it around. Fucking hell, man. But hey, if he got it, he got it, and we wouldn't be saying it, but fuck it. Silly move. Chimaev tucks up and sits in and gets close. That was Dricus' moment, dude. He's been waiting for that all fight.
Dana White, speaking after the event, admitted he expected a war, but even he didn't see this kind of dominance coming. For the UFC boss, this was the kind of performance that makes history. He called it one of the most dominant title fight wins in recent memory, and judging by the reaction of fighters and fans online, he wasn't exaggerating.
The lead up to this fight, I said, I bet the main event is the fight of the night. Didn't see that coming, but not shocked either. I mean, you go in and dominate the way that he dominated. If you can do it the first round, more than likely you can do it the second and throughout the rest of the fight.
On the crucifix, it's a weird one, right? They're landing strikes. He's landing like 200 punches around, but they're not quite hard enough to end the fight. Are you glad the referee doesn't wave a fight off in that?
Listen, I don't know how hard they are, and I don't want to know how hard they are. Nobody wants to be in a crucifix getting punched in the head like that. It's got to be the most frustrating, suck the heart and soul right out of you type thing to happen. And just getting dominated on the ground the way that he did is no fun for anybody.
Joe Rogan went even further in his analysis. To him, this wasn't just a dominant win, it was a warning to the entire middleweight division. He described Chimaev as a monster, someone who looks like he doesn't just fight to win, but fights to break his opponent's will. This was a true display of Khamzat's skills at their peak.
The bookies were right. They knew, and Khamzat Chimaev proved them right 10 times over. And for Dricus, he goes back into a division full of sharks.
Well, right.
And the MMA community exploded with reactions. Former champions, current contenders, and big names in the sport all weighed in. Conor McGregor, never one to stay quiet during big moments, posted about how fans had just witnessed one of the most dominant performances in UFC history. Paulo Costa, who has shared bad blood with Chimaev in the past, acknowledged the dominance but also hinted that he still believes he has the tools to test it. Other fighters echoed the sentiment, some giving Chimaev full credit for his near-perfect display, while others wondered if anyone in the division can truly stop him. For du Plessis, the loss was devastating. Just months earlier, he had achieved his dream of becoming champion, defeating Israel Adesanya in a fight that many thought marked the beginning of his reign. But against Chimaev, all that momentum disappeared. Observers noted how badly he struggled once he was dragged into Khamzat's world, and it wasn't just that he lost, it was the manner in which he lost. He never looked close to winning a round, let alone defending his belt.
So after the first round, I don't think reality sunk in yet, because I'm still, like everyone was saying all week, Khamzat got the first 2 rounds, and then it's Dricus's fight. And I think I said it late in the second round. I said, guys, I don't think this is going to be Dricus's fight after this. Khamzat was way too fresh after 10 minutes. There's no way he's going to continue, or sorry, Dricus is going to just fucking come back after that. I don't know. It was very underwhelming. I'm looking at the stats now. Khamzat took him down 12 times on 7 takedown attempts. 70% takedown percentage. I mean, unreal. Dricus did take him down once. I don't even honestly remember that. The significant strikes, by the way, not that crazy far apart.
From a stylistic standpoint, analysts pointed out that du Plessis' awkward striking and unpredictable timing never had a chance to play out. Chimaev's pressure smothered him before he could find his rhythm. Every time he tried to reset, he was on his back again. Every attempt at offense was shut down before it began. For many experts, this fight confirmed what they had suspected. When Chimaev gets to his positions, there may not be anyone in the division who can stop him.
He landed a couple of shots on the feet, managed to get top position, but then Khamzat Chimaev, with that freakishly good wrestling that he has, was able to turn the tide and get on top once again. Now, as soon as the fight started, we knew about the wrestling from Khamzat Chimaev, but it was just seconds, and I mean seconds, before Khamzat Chimaev was able to get the first takedown. Dricus hung on to a headlock. There could have been a Vlam flu choke there, but he let go of it. Obviously, he was wise to that. There was a couple of Kimura attempts here and there from Khamzat. Of course, he was trying to get the rear naked choke here and there as well. He was trying to get finishes. He was trying to get the stoppage. He was, but he couldn't do it because Dricus was defending. Now, Dricus spent a lot of the time in the crucifix position when Khamzat took him down in the first round.
Rogan doubled down on that idea, suggesting Chimaev's mix of wrestling, power, and sheer aggression is unlike anything we have seen in MMA before. He explained that usually, elite grapplers leave openings when transitioning between positions, but Chimaev doesn't. Instead, he flows seamlessly, never giving opponents the split second they need to escape. That, Rogan warned, is why fighters like du Plessis, fighters who rely on grit and awkwardness, will always struggle against it.
I mean, he's got 3 former champions on the ledger, does du Plessis, right? Adesanya, Strickland, and Robert Whittaker. But now when you look at this division owned by Khamzat Chimaev, there are a lot of guys who can really grapple, Joe, at the top of the division. So some exciting fights beckon in the future.
Absolutely. Right near de Ridder in particular, given his ability to grapple on the ground. And, you know, and also his ability to land shots standing, particularly that knee that he lands. Toughness, nasty. Experience. He throws those combinations with that long lead-in knee. You know, he's interesting.
The reaction from Dana White was telling too. He admitted the UFC now faces a challenge in finding matchups that fans will believe are competitive. When a champion dominates this way, the narrative shifts quickly from who can beat him to can anyone survive against him? White acknowledged the UFC's job now is to figure out who steps up next, but he didn't hide the excitement. For him, having a fighter who looks this unstoppable is both a headache and a blessing. It creates buzz, It sells pay-per-views and it keeps fans talking.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I had every round at 10-8, maybe except for the last round. You know, to be in the position that he was in and the crucifix and just getting dominated on the ground and punched in the face and elbowed, and it's a very frustrating place to be in. I thought he handled it well and came out every round, you know, trying to get in the fight and try to win. Yeah. Impressive.
On the crucifix, it's a weird one, right? They're landing strikes. He's landing like 200 punches around, but they're not quite hard enough to end the fight. Are you glad the referee doesn't wave a fight off in that position?
Listen, I don't know how hard they are, and I don't want to fucking know how hard they are. Nobody wants to be in a crucifix getting punched in the head like that. It's got to be the most frustrating, you know, suck the heart and soul right out of you type thing to happen. And just getting dominated on the ground the way that he did is no fun for anybody. I wouldn't say that, you know, oh, he's getting pitted-patted striked. I mean, his face was pretty busted up. The knees that he was taking to the body and to the legs and the hips, and it's going to be a long ride home to South Africa.
And the fans are definitely talking. The word monster has been used countless times to describe Chimaev after UFC 319. People are already fantasy booking potential matchups. Some are calling for a fight with Israel Adesanya, arguing that Izzy's precision striking could give Chimaev problems. Others want to see Paulo Costa or Sean Strickland try their luck, but the overwhelming tone of the conversation is doubt that anyone right now can actually beat it.
I don't care what people think about doing my thing. So, like you said, how many strikes I landed on him, how many takedowns I has there. So, I didn't guess out. So now they know.
Yeah, it was 529 total strikes and 21 minutes and 40 seconds of control time, which was the second most ever in a UFC fight.
How many takedowns was there?
Let's see.
Yeah.
You had 12 takedowns.
So, yeah, that's big by itself.
Do you still want to turn around and fight in Abu Dhabi?
We'll see what they say. I'm ready always, so no injuries.
Even those who respect du Plessis are questioning whether he'll ever be the same after a loss like this. Being dominated in a title fight can leave lasting scars, both physically and mentally. Some pointed out that du Plessis has always been a fighter who thrives in chaos, in brawls where his toughness shines through, but against someone like Chimaev, who doesn't allow chaos to exist, that toughness isn't enough. It left many wondering whether DDP will be able to bounce back or whether Chimaev has exposed flaws that future opponents can continue to exploit.
I thought it was great. I honestly thought Khamzat was going to be able to finish DDP if he was able to take DDP down. But I also felt that I thought DDP was going to do a better job about defending the takedown. And he wasn't able to stop the takedown. Like that was the story of that fight. Right? So moving forward, whoever fights Khamzat, they need to decide like Imavov or Borrallo, they fight September 6th. Whoever wins that fight, if they do not come with a wrestling defense or a good jiu-jitsu attacking style, like going after the legs, elevating Khamzat.
Meanwhile, for Chimaev, the future looks wide open. With the middleweight title now around his waist, conversations are already shifting toward legacy. How can he hold on to the belt? Will he chase double champ status at welterweight again? The way fighters, fans, and analysts reacted proves one thing. This wasn't just another victory, this was a turning point. UFC 319 will be remembered as the night Khamzat Chimaev took over the middleweight division in terrifying fashion. Joe Rogan's words summed it up best. Watching that performance, it was impossible not to think of Chimaev as something more than just another fighter. He looked like a monster, a force of nature who might be on his way to a reign of destruction.
Over and over again! Oh no, Khamzat's holding on a bit too much. More hugging from Chimaev. Get dunked on your fucking head. Smash him up, Dricus. Smash him up. Dricus ain't gonna win, but he's showing adjustments. And he's doing better in these later rounds. But Chimaev's holding on to his glove. He can't. Chimaev's got wrist control. He can't posture and throw at the same time. Chimaev stalled it here. Good one. Just didn't capitalize when we needed to. Khamzat Chimaev, dude, the first guy to win a championship without causing any harm. It's a horrible sight to see. He avoided combat at all costs, but he got it done for 25 minutes. You've got to admire Merab Dvalishvili for how much he's willing to scrap with fighters.
And while fans love to debate what's next, the truth is, nobody really knows how to stop him. That's the aura he carries now. The same aura that has people tuning in, the same aura that has Dana White excited about the future, and the same aura that left du Plessis broken inside the cage. At UFC 319, Khamzat Chimaev didn't just win a belt, he sent a message. And judging by the reaction, the whole world heard it loud and clear.
I don't care, so whatever Dana says, so we go for that. Where is the money? I go for that, man. So I like money more.
What's this moment like for you, the calm after? There was a lot of storm this week. Press conference and intense face-offs at the weigh-ins and intensity right up to the start of the fight. What is it like now for you, Khamzat?
So what do you guys think? Can anyone in the middleweight division actually stop this monster? Or are we about to watch the beginning of one of the scariest title reigns in UFC history? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button if you enjoyed the breakdown, and don't forget to subscribe for more fight reactions and analysis.